Hi everyone, this is Indra. Welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I am going to discuss about dilation of the object. The dilation is one non-isometric transformation. It is called as the non-isometric because the size of the image is changed with respect to the object. Here I have taken one example. Please watch this video till the end. Okay, this is the question. The vertices of the triangle are given here, and we have to find the dilation about the center. Here, the center of this dilation, the center is given here at the point 3, 1. This is the center of the dilation, and the given there here the scale factor is -2, and we can see that here the scale factor is minus, so the negative sign shows that the image will be formed in the opposite direction of the object with respect to the center. And here the number is 2. This means the object is going to be enlarged. The image of this object will be larger than the object. It is here 2. The scale factor is 2. This means the image will be twice the object. Here, if the scale factor is less than 1, then the image will be reduced. But here the scale factor is greater than 1. That means the image will be enlarged. And we have to plot both the object and the image on the same graph also. Okay. Let's first of all, the very first step while solving such type of the questions, the very first step is just plotting the object. Okay, here the coordinates of the objects are given. So first of all, let's make the object. Object is here triangle ABC. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay, let's plot the object first. Here the object is triangle ABC, and its coordinates are, the triangle has the coordinate of A, B and the C, all are given. Okay, the point A is 3, 4. Okay, 3, 4. Let's find out the point 3, 4. Okay, this is the point A, and the next point B is, next vertex B is 2, 2. Okay, and the 2, 2 is this point. Okay, this is the just vertex B, and the next vertex C is 5, 2. Okay, let's go to the 5 unit. Okay, 5, 2. This is the vertex C. Here we have just plotted the triangle ABC on this graph. The very first step is just making the object on this graph. Here the object is triangle ABC. We are going to dilate this object with respect with given conditions. Okay, here okay, let me read the question once again. Let me read the question. Here the question is the vertex of the triangle are given. Find the dilation about the center, and here the center of this dilation is given here 3, 1. Okay, let me first of all mark the center of the dilation. Okay, first of all let me mark the center. Okay, which is at the 3, 1. Let me mark the point 3, 1. Okay, this is the point D represents the center of this dilation. This is the just the center of the dilation. And the next step is just taking the lines. Okay, let me make the line that should pass through the center from each vertex. Okay, let's make the line from each vertex that should pass through the center of the dilation. Okay, let me make the line from this vertex A. Okay, this is the line that passes through the center of this dilation and through the vertex A. Similarly, for the vertex B, let me make the line. Okay, this is the line that passes through the vertex B, also passes through the center of the dilation. And similarly, we can make the next line for the vertex C. Okay, here we have just in this step we have just make the lines that passes through both vertex and the center of the dilation. Here the vertex from this line passes through the vertex A and from this center of the dilation. And similarly for the B and C. Okay, this is the second step. And the third step is just drawing the circle. Okay, here the let me read the question once again. Here the scale factor is given here -2. Here the negative sign in the scale factor, here is the -2. This means negative sign represents the image will be formed in the opposite direction of the object. This is the object. Here triangle ABC is the object. We are going to make the image of this object. And here the negative sign represents the image will be formed in the opposite direction of this object with respect to the center. Here with respect to this center of this dilation, the opposite side is this side. In this region the image will be formed. Here the object is in the in above of this center. The object is in above of this center, so the image will be formed below this center. Okay, in the direct opposite direction, of the object with respect to the center of this dilation. Okay, so we can say that here this is the region below this point where the image is going to be formed. Here in this region the image will be formed. This negative sign represents that. Okay, and then scale factor is here -2. Negative means just opposite of the object with respect to the center of this dilation. And the 2 means the number 2 is greater than 1, so this object is going to be enlarged. The image will be larger than this object. The image will be twice of this object. Okay, this 2 represents that. And okay, we have to from this point D, from this point D, here we have to go in the opposite directions in the below this point, in this direction. Okay, so first of all let me take the point A, and we have to measure the length of AD. We have to first measure the length of the AD, and from this point D we have to go twice the length of the AD here. Twice the length of the AD, because our scale factor is 2. And similarly we have to measure the DC for the vertex C. We have to measure the DC, and we have from this point D we have to go along this line twice the length of DC. Okay, first of all let me take the point, the vertex A, and let me measure the length of AD first. Okay, let me measure the length of the AD. Okay, let me just measure how much is the AD. Okay, this is the circle. It has the radius same as the AD. Okay, and it's at the center. We have to move from this point D. We have to move along this line that passes through the A. We have to go in this direction, and the distance is just twice of AD. Okay, let me do some modifications on this circle. Let me make the radius of this circle is the twice. Okay, twice of AD. If we make the radius is the twice of AD, then here this, okay, let me mark that point first. Let me mark that point of intersection of the line, this line and the circle. Okay, this is the point E. Point E, the distance, thus distance AD. Okay, let's say the distance DE. The distance DE is the twice of AD. The line segment DE, this line segment DE is twice of the line segment AD. We have to move the twice below this point D, because our scale factor is 2. So here we have just moved twice from this point D below this point, below the center of this dilation. Okay, and we reached at the point E. Okay, let me rename this point E. This is just the image of this point A. This point E is just the image of this point A. Okay, let me rename this. Let me rename this point E as the, this is the just the point A dash. A dash means it is the image of the vertex. A prime is the image of the vertex A. Okay, here we have just find out the first coordinate, uh, A prime, which is the image of this point A. Similarly, we can do the same thing for the other vertex. Let me do the same thing. Okay, let's measure. Let me take the BD point, vertex D. We have to measure the BD, and with the center D, and we have to from this point D we have to move twice the length. Okay, twice the distance then the BD. From this point D we have to move along this line twice the measurement of BD. Okay, let me change the radius of this circle, of this small circle twice. Okay, if we make the radius twice, then the distance from this point D will be the twice. Okay, here this is the radius twice. Okay, and let me mark the point of the intersection of the circle and that line. We are going to find out the point B prime. So along this line, here is the intersection point between the circle, and this line. Okay, this is just the point, image point of B. Let's say this is the B prime. B prime means the image of the vertex B. Here we have just indicated A prime. We have evaluated here the A prime and B prime. And let's move to the vertex C. Okay, doing the same thing. Okay, let me measure first DC, and we have to move the twice the distance is the DC from this point D. Okay, let me change the radius of this circle. Okay, twice the radius should be the twice. Okay, and let's find out the intersection point of this circle, and the line passes through the vertex C. Okay, here in this along this line, the intersection point of this circle, and intersection point of the circle and that line is just this point. Here this is not the point. The point should be below the center. It should not be the point. Okay, let me just find out the point of the intersection of this second circle, and that line passes through the point C. Okay, that point is just this point. Okay, this is the point. That point, this is not the point. Because it is above this center. We have to choose all the points of the image below this center. So we have to mark this point. Okay, and this is just the point, image point of the vertex C. Let's indicate this as the C dash. Okay, here we have marked A dash, A prime, B prime, and C prime. These are the image points of the vertex A, B, and C respectively. And the final step is just connecting these points. Okay, let me connect these points to make the triangle. Okay, just connecting these image vertices. Okay, here a triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is formed, which is the image of this triangle ABC. Triangle ABC, this triangle is the pre-image, and this triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is just the image of this object. Okay, let me use the next color. Okay, let me use the next color for the image. Okay, here this red triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is just the image of this triangle ABC. Here it is this triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is the twice of this triangle, original triangle ABC. Here it is enlarged because our scale factor is greater than 1. It is 2. So it is the twice. The image is the twice of the object. Okay, let me clear this unnecessary part, unnecessary circles. We can clear that. Okay, let me hide these circles. Okay, just hiding these circles. Okay, let me just hide these circles. These are the unnecessary circles. We just make that circle for finding the distance. You can use the scale to measure the distance, not necessary to make the circle. Okay, let me clear this circle. Let me just clear which circle is this. Okay, this is the circle. Okay, just clearing these circles. Okay, here we have finally make the drawing. Here we have finally constructed this image of this triangle ABC, and the coordinates of A is just here. It is 3 comma minus 5. The coordinate of the A is 3 comma minus 5, and similarly, the coordinate of the A prime, not A, the coordinate of this A prime is just 3 comma minus 5, and similarly the coordinate of B prime is 5 comma minus 1, and the coordinate of the point C prime is just minus 1 comma minus 1. Okay, these are the coordinates of this image triangle. Okay, these are the coordinates. This is the coordinate for the C prime, this is for B prime, and this is for A prime. We can evaluate the coordinates. Okay, this is the pre-image, and this is the pre-image. This triangle ABC is the pre-image, and this triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is the just the image of this triangle ABC. After enlarging, after the enlargement with this center and the scale factor is the -2 unit. Negative means just going the opposite direction of this object with respect to the center of this dilation. Okay, this is the total drawing of this question. This is the image. Okay, in our next video we will discuss more about such types of the transformation. Please keep watching, keep loving this channel. Don't forget to subscribe it. This much for today. Thank you.